Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Week 9 edition of the CISN Football Pregame Show brought to you by Iowa Corn. I am your host, Blake Walker. We have got a great show ahead of you for our Week 9 matchups. We got highlights of last week's games. We're going to talk about the RPI and what's ahead for tonight's games when it comes to who's going to get in, who may be left out, coach interviews, and much, much more. All that and more coming up here on the CISN Football Pregame Show, starting with the highlights. Dowling Valley, a classic rivalry taking place last Friday night. Here's C.J. Phillip early in the first quarter, sneaking through the right side of the line and scores standing up. Dowling Catholic takes a early 7-0 lead over Valley. Later in the second, Dowling up 7-3. It's again C.J. Phillip. How about the block up front? Gets a nice crease, and number 30 is gone. A long 54-yard touchdown, number 2 on the night for C.J. Phillip to extend the lead for the Maroons. Later in the second quarter, it's Jackson Smolik, the future Penn State commit, steps up in the pocket, waits for it, fires to the end zone, and a beautiful catch by Bo Gamble to score it. Dowling up 21-3, trying to extend their lead a little bit more in just the second quarter, and they would do just that with 1:13 remaining here in the half. Smolik downfield to Bo Gamble, makes a heck of a move, cuts back inside, and scores standing up. Dowling Catholic cruises to their 7th victory on the season. 35-3, they win over Valley. Ankeny Hawks hosting your red-hot Waukee Northwest Wolves on the opening kickoff. Jamison Patton gets a hole on the left side, great blocking upfield, and just gets caught late by one of the up men and just out of bounds. A heck of a return to start the ball game for Jamison Patton. It would then be followed up by a Jason Williams touchdown run right up the middle. Ankeny takes the early lead over Waukee Northwest. It was the defense that was the big thing tonight last Friday for Ankeny. Sam Johnson fires, intercepted, picked off by Reed Johnson, and Reed is just going to follow his blockers, makes a couple cuts, and scores standing up. Touchdown Ankeny, pick 6 for Reed Johnson. You'll see more of him just a little bit later. And like I said, defense was huge. How about this no rush off the line for Ankeny? Forces Sam Johnson to make a decision he doesn't want to have to make. Picked off by number 2, Jamison Patton. Gets a couple blocks and just gets caught as he was starting to break away. But yet again, another interception. Ankeny's defense came to play here in this one. Later in the second quarter, Reed Johnson, he's going to punt. No, he's not going to punt. He's going to come on this right side, and no one is home. He's going to get upfield and use his speed and get out of bounds. A heck of a play for Reed Johnson on the fake punt to keep Ankeny ahead and in the ball game late in the second quarter. 1:06 to go in the half. Here's a step back throw over the middle. Caught Evan Earlmeyer to the right side of the field. Touchdown from J.J. Cole. 31-7. Ankeny shuts down Waukee Northwest. Waukee versus Urbandale. The Warriors trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. They had to win this game, and win this game they did. Started off the freshman Beckett Baker, a long touchdown pass to Peyton Betts. Works his way back to the middle and scores early in this one. Whoa, they're stumbling into the end zone. 7-0 Waukee out front early. Then later in the second, that was Beckett Baker. A long throw downfield. Lucas struck with the grab. He is going to get all the way down inside the 15. He's tackled. Great play by the Urbandale corner. Waukee would then go on to score. Heck of a play by Lucas Struck. Later in the ball game, in the third quarter, 17-0. Bryce Hoskinson finds another gear and sprints away from the defense to score. 24-0. Waukee is blanking Urbandale in a huge game regarding the RPI. Waukee was not done yet. Rottinghouse throws, tipped, intercepted, picked up by Orson Harp, and Harp gets a block and scores. Waukee upsets Urbandale 30-7. They will play Dowling for a chance at a postseason berth this Friday. And those were our highlights for our 3 big games last week. Well, we were talking about RPI and that win for Waukee over Urbandale. And speaking of the RPI, let's take a look at this week's latest RPI released by the IHSAA. Coming in at number 1, Dowling Catholic. No surprise there. The Maroons look like and seem like the best team in the state of Iowa in Class 5A. Southeast Polk, who did beat Dowling earlier in the season, is in second, but their loss to Ankeny was one of the big games that kind of set them back, and Dowling's win over Ankeny puts them first. Pleasant Valley still undefeated on the eastern side of Iowa. Still undefeated, but not going to get any love. They currently sit number 3. Ankeny at number 4. Cedar Rapids Prairie sits at number 5. They get a big game with Linmar upcoming. Cedar Rapids Prairie just lost to Southeast Polk a couple weeks ago, but they have enough, quote, good losses on the resume. Johnston in 6. They get a good game with number 8 Ames, so that'll be big, kind of deciding. No matter what, both Johnston and Ames are going to get in, I believe. It's just one of them is going to be able to host a playoff game, and one of them won't. Cedar Falls at number 7. The Tigers look like they're going to be just fine in that spot and probably will host a playoff game. Cedar Rapids Kennedy, after the loss to Johnston, that hurts their possible chance to host a playoff game. They get a tough one this week. Linmar, who takes on Cedar Rapids Prairie, that is going to be a great game. Again, another one of those. If you win, you get to host. If you lose, you got to go on the road. That'll be one to watch for. And then we get near the cutoff, and this is where things get interesting. Iowa City High in 11th. They should be fine. They beat Davenport West. They'll get in no matter what. Waukee Northwest takes on Urbandale. If Waukee Northwest wins, you're in. If you lose, you might get kicked out. It just depends. Urbandale is currently 18th in the polls, so that'll be something to think about. Sioux City East in 13th. I think they're going to be fine. Ankeny Centennial in 14th. They play Des Moines East, so they're going to be locked in. Waukee jumps from outside into the top 16 with the upset win over Urbandale. Waukee, things get interesting. They play Dowling, who is number 1. Technically, it would be a, quote, good loss for Waukee. The Warriors technically could still get in even if they lose, but, you'd rather win and just say, all right, we move on and let's do it. Valley's pretty straightforward. Valley has to win to get in. They currently are 16th. They play Des Moines Roosevelt. That game will be here on CISN. If they win, they're in. If they lose, they're out. Davenport West has a huge game this week against Muscatine. Muscatine has the best running back in Class 5A. If Davenport West wins, they might sneak in, but they might need help, like I said, from teams above them. Urbandale and Northwest, again, pretty straightforward. If Urbandale wins, they're in. If Waukee Northwest wins, they are out. Dubuque Senior is 19th. Iowa City West is 20th. It will be tough for those two to get in because of their games that they're playing, but you never know what can happen. So that is a look at your RPI for Class 5A in Week 9. There are tons of storylines this week, and everybody will be anxiously awaiting the standings after Friday night concludes. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back for coach interviews and much, much more. You're watching the CISN Football Pregame Show, brought to you by Iowa Corn.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you. Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the car guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster. Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge. And it's how service should be.
We are We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Welcome back to the CISN Football Pregame Show, Week 9 edition, brought to you by Iowa Corn. I'm your host, Blake Walker. We got coach interviews coming up next here on the CISN Football Pregame Show. We talk to all of our head coaches for our big 3 games tonight. We'll send you to those interviews right now. Here with Coach Corey Kapatich of Waukee Northwest. Coach, let's talk about last week. Just touch on it real quick. Loss to Ankeny. Your first loss in a bit. You guys have gone on a little bit of a winning streak. Just kind of talk about that game and what it was like. Ankeny's top team in the state, but did you guys learn a lot from that week that you can take into this week?
Yeah, I mean, they're a really good team, very athletic, have some really high talent, skill players. So just got down really early, turned the ball over a few times, had some not very good special teams play, and so we got ourselves in a hole, and it got hard to dig out of. So. It's like anything. I mean, for us to be able to win on Friday nights, we have to not turn the ball over and be able to run the ball. And we weren't able to do those things last Friday night.
Talk about the improvement of your quarterback, Sam Johnson. At the beginning of the year, really wasn't passing that much. And now he's kind of started to get into it, throwing a couple long balls, which have been awesome to see. What's his improvement been like from week 1 to now going into week 9?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're going to see that with any first-year starting quarterback, especially with the schedule we play. I mean, we start off with, and not only start off, but end with, all the top-ranked teams in the state. So, it's really trial by fire there. And so, he's continued to make good strides throughout the season.
What's your offense been like? Have you been impressed with the offense so far through these last couple weeks? And based off playing these difficult opponents in week 1, 2, and 3, has it set you up better here for this big matchup here to end the season?
Well, you hope so. I mean, you always hope that, there's obviously when you play a tough schedule like that, the downsides are, I mean, you can lose games, you can get physically beat up or relatively healthy, but, you hope that it ends up being a positive for you, that you're a battle tested team. You played some of the best competition. And so you hope going into that last game that it's really setting you up for success. And I think offensively, I mean, what I'm encouraged most about is that we're running the ball a lot better than we were earlier in the year. And for us, that's important to us to be able to run the football well. And so I think we're making some good gains in that area.
So it all comes down to this. It's Urbandale this week. They just got beat by Waukee pretty handily. What did you see based off what Urbandale brought to the table that you guys can kind of adjust to and hope to build on here against the Jayhawks on Friday night?
Well, they're a really good team. I mean, what happened at Waukee, that's not really indicative of the type of team they are. Sometimes, good teams, you go out there and you just have a bad game and things kind of, 4 or 5 bad plays and things like that can happen. So that's not what we're expecting Friday night. We're expecting a 4-quarter battle all the way through. So, we know they're really good. I mean, they've got some Division I talent on their team. They've got, they're also really well coached. So it's going to be a tough game for us Friday night.
Do you take a look at RPI at all? I know you guys are like 12th right now. Urbandale's on the outside. You assume whoever wins gets in. You guys might sneak in even with the loss. Have you guys looked at that at all? Does that give you guys any extra motivation this week?
I mean, not really. I mean, I think our players all know that if we win, we're in. If not, we're probably not in. So, I don't think it's something we need to talk a ton about. I mean, we know what's on the line, and it really just comes down to focusing on one day at a time and having a good week of practice, and then going out there and just laying it all on the field and seeing what happens.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, Coach. Thank you for taking your time to talk with us.
Thank you.
All right, here with Coach Sam Anderson of Urbandale. Coach, we'll touch on last week real quick. Obviously not the result you're looking for. Talk about your takeaways from last week on the road and how those things that happened last week can set you up for the big game against Waukee Northwest this Friday.
Well, I think in terms of last week, I mean, it's, first of all, you've got to come ready to play in every team you play. Any of the CIML teams, I mean, you're going to be challenged every week, and you really can't make mistakes. We made too many mistakes. They capitalized on them, and the results for what it was. So, really our focus this week is, really it's been what we can do to take care of the football, to eliminate our mistakes that we've made, and to move forward and move on.
Had a couple of injuries against Waukee. Your quarterback, Peyton Rottinghouse, was one of the big ones. Any updates on how he's doing this week?
He's day to day right now. He's doing good, and I just got done talking with him, so feels good. And I guess we'll just see game time where he's at. With all the stipulations and things you need to go through. So we'll have to wait and see.
So you got a big game, Waukee Northwestern on Friday night. If you win, you're in. If you lose, you're out. Talk about how is that motivated the team any coming into Friday night?
Well, I think it is just because there's a little extra thing at the result. I think they want to be able to carry on, the number of years that we've been in the playoffs, they want to carry that on. But all in all, it really boils down to, doing what you can do. And they're a very good football team. So, we just have to do everything we can to win. I think no matter what is, you're playing the game to win. So, whether we had no shot at getting it at all, or whether it was, we could be a 1 seed, where we go at it and prep it the same way we would any other game. But yes, there are ramifications to that. And I'm sure that has kept the kids, focused throughout the week.
Last week against Waukee, your passing game seemed to really be on its best when it was in that hurry up style offense. Is there something like that you can take into this week that you guys liked what you saw last week, despite the loss?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of things. We had a lot of guys that touched the ball and made plays. We rotated a lot of guys through. And really was breakdowns, some defensive breakdowns in the secondary. We played really good run defense. We had a couple let ups there at times, but really for the most part, if we eliminate those mistakes, you take those, those big pass plays away where, be honest, we blew the coverages. So when you take those away and you focus on our ground game, which Northwest is a great running back and a great quarterback that can run. So, hopefully that we build on that. The tempo portion of it, tempo always varies on the opponent that you're playing. And Peyton, he gets in a nice rhythm. He feels really good about that, and has had a lot of success with that in the past. And I think it's maybe just that focus for everybody, that sense of urgency, and hopefully we bring that tonight.
Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck and good luck tonight here against the Wolves. And thanks for taking time to talk with us.
You bet. Thank you.
Once again, we want to take the time to thank all the coaches who were able to sit down and chat with us. We wish them the best of luck in tonight's big games. We're going to take one more break and we'll be back to wrap it up and tell you our top matchups to watch all across the state and what you can expect to see on CISN tonight.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster. Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday,
and we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Hello and welcome back to the CISN Football Pregame Show, Week 9 edition, brought to you by Iowa Corn. We're going to wrap it up here on our post-game show, but first we're going to take a look at some of the top matchups to watch this Friday night across Class 5A. Taking a look at matchups, we'll start with the 3 on CISN tonight. The big one, Waukee Northwest versus Urbandale. Waukee Northwest currently number 12 in the RPI, Urbandale number 18. It seems pretty straightforward. Whoever wins this game is getting into the postseason. Whoever loses is going home and will not make the postseason. So a really good game coming up here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Two very talented offenses, two pretty strong defenses. Should be a good game. Both teams coming off a loss. Another game, Valley versus Roosevelt. The Rough Riders have been a tricky team this year. They played Marshalltown close, gave Ankeny a couple scares. Valley been on and off, but Valley pretty simple. They are currently 16th, in the RPI. If they win, they're in. If they lose, they're out. Roosevelt has nothing to play for except playing spoiler. We'll see if the Rough Riders can get an upset done, or will Coach Swenson and his gang move on to the playoffs once again. And then our third and final game on Central Iowa Sports Network tonight, Waukee heads to Dowling Catholic. The Maroons pretty much have the 1 seed locked up. If they win, Waukee has to pull an upset, a major upset, if they want to get into the playoffs. Still technically could be possible that they could sneak in with a loss and be 4-5 and get in. We've seen that before in the playoffs, but you almost feel like a win has to happen. They get an uphill battle against Coach Tom Wilson and his squad at Dowling Catholic. A couple other games to watch tonight in terms of RPI. Davenport West, currently number 17 in the RPI, takes on Muscatine. Muscatine has the best running back in Class 5A and Ty Kozod. Davenport West, the Falcons started 6-0, have not won a game since. They will try to get that big 5-0. They will try to get to 6-3 on the season, most likely to finish up and see if they can make the postseason. Another game, Ames versus Johnston. Ames currently 8th in the polls, Johnston 6th. Winner gets home field advantage. Loser probably gets in. Maybe if Ames loses, it'll be a little tricky, but that game should be pretty good. Both teams fighting for a home playoff bid. And then Prairie taking on Linn-Mar. Cedar Rapids Prairie 5th in Class 5A. Linn-Mar is 10th in the RPI. Again, another big game. Winner of that game will get the home field advantage come postseason time. And that will wrap it up for us here on the CISN Football Pregame Show, Week 9 edition, brought to you by Iowa Corn. I'm your host, Blake Walker. We appreciate you for watching all season long. And tonight, we hope you enjoy your big game tonight here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Enjoy Football Friday, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Final week of the regular season, and playoffs are on the line tonight. It's pink out, it's senior night, and it's a win and you're in situation here for the home team, Northwest Wolves. On the other side, for Urbandale, coming to tonight's game, 5-3 on the year. They're going to need a little help. If they can pull off the win tonight, that's a great first step, but also need losses by Waukee and Valley. Entering tonight's contest, RPI standings, the top 16 will advance to the playoffs here in the 2022 season. Northwest sitting comfortably at number 12. Like I said, a win and they are in. And even with a loss, a team with a great chance is someone can lose behind them and still give them the opportunity to kind of sneak in. But they're hoping to not have to worry about that. 4-4 coming in tonight's contest, coming off a loss last week to Ankeny after winning 4 straight before that. On the other side for Urbandale, they were 5-2 entering last week's game, ranked number 7 in the rankings in the top 10, and it was not a great showing for them. A loss on the road against Waukee last week has them sitting now on the outside looking in at number 18. That number 16 spot, like we mentioned, is the cutoff. They need a win tonight and losses by number 15 Waukee and number 16 Valley to find a way into the playoffs. And things are not going to get much easier for them. As far as we can tell, senior quarterback Peyton Rottinghouse is out tonight in what could be the final showing for his team during his high school career. As we saw him in his street clothes during warm-ups, we saw Justin Carper getting a lot of the looks at quarterback in the warm-ups for Urbandale, and that's a big loss for them. Rottinghouse this year, over 1,200 passing yards, 12 touchdowns. And for a team that doesn't necessarily run the ball a lot, averaging just over 125 total yards on the ground this year in 8 games, losing your quarterback is a big hit, especially when you've got a quarterback in Carper or whoever we see under center tonight that doesn't have a lot of experience. He's been taking almost exclusively first-team reps since his sophomore year for the Jayhawks. As stuff goes dark, the lights go dim, the Northwest Wolves set to enter in. They are led by junior quarterback Sam Johnson. Started off the year rough in the first 3 games of the year, but Northwest going through a gauntlet to open up the year with games against Valley, Dowling, and Southeast Polk, 3 of the top teams in the state entering the year, as Urbandale comes on to the field as they look for the upset here on the road to try and keep their season alive. I mentioned Urbandale coming in at 5-3, led defensively by an absolute juggernaut of a linebacker. Cole Garwood leads the state in both tackles and sacks in the 5A level with 86.5 and 9.5 respectively. He is going to be a big menace defensively. That offensive line is going to have to keep an eye on him. As we're waiting for the Wolves to enter onto the field. To Hell's Bells by AC/DC. It's a big game here tonight, obviously in the last week of the regular season. Northwest trying to pick up the win and advance to the playoffs in front of their home crowd. It's senior night for a very big senior class. Northwest won this matchup a year ago to earn their trip to the state playoffs, 17-16 on the road, upsetting a then 7-1 Urbandale team. Carson Rankin, the quarterback, over 200 total yards and 2 touchdowns in that game. He has since graduated, and a lot of eyes are going to be on Sam Johnson tonight. 6 touchdowns, 4 picks for him. Also second on the team in rushing yards this year with just under 500 to go, along with 8 scores. So 14 total touchdowns for the junior. And he's going to have a big game against a good Urbandale defensive front led by Garwood. On the other side, Urbandale without Rottinghouse is a big loss for him. Northwest is going to have to match up with Kai Black. Kai Black this year just under 500 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns. He's been a favorite target of Rottinghouse on the season, but we'll see if that changes a little bit with a new quarterback under center for tonight's contest. Northwest 4-4, Urbandale 5-3. Playoffs line for both teams. A loss knocks Urbandale out of contention. A loss will hurt Northwest's chances, but still an opportunity. But a win would be big for either squad as they try to advance to the 2022 state playoffs. The state playoffs also going to be on the line for Waukee Northwest volleyball on Tuesday night, as they will welcoming in Cedar Rapids Kennedy into the den for a big match, as the winner of that game will advance to Cedar Rapids and the 2022 state tournament. But first, we'll talk a little bit more about that team at halftime. But right now, the focus is football. The Wolves 0-3 to start the year, 4 straight wins, including an upset on the road over Ankeny Centennial. That was a huge boost to their playoff chances. Came out short 31-7 last week against Ankeny. But, that's a tough team to try and play, especially on the road, led by J.J. Cole. Their side for Urbandale, they come into today's game 5-3. Losers of 2 out of their last 3, though, to Ankeny Centennial and to Waukee. Wins in their last 5 over Roosevelt East and Sioux City West. As the playoffs start to take shape, the top 16 advancing to postseason action. The Wolves' defense has been a great sign of life for them this year. led by players like Harry Linen, Eli Moses, and Chase Lamb, as well as the linebacker Adam Gardner, who tops the team in tackles along with Lamb. As here come the Wolves. Eli Moses and Cale Winter combining for 7.5 sacks this year. They're going to have to be big, trying to make things rough on whoever's under center tonight for Urbandale. Wolves enter the field. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back here on CISN.TV.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas at Urbandale, just west of Homemaker.
The captains meeting here at midfield to decide how this game will get started. The captains for the visiting Urbandale Jayhawks. Number 70, Jack Hearn. Number 66, Alden Omirovich. Number 15, Kai Black. And number 16, Peyton Rottinghouse. All seniors on this year's team. And 4 seniors on the other side for Northwest. Number 77, Cale Winter. Number 52, Aiden Barry. Number 34, Eli Moses. And number 28, Brady Grisham. Grisham, a big part of the offense for Northwest, leading the team in rushing this year to go along with 4 touchdowns. Has also been a threat out of the backfield. We saw that a couple weeks ago. Last time they were at home in an upset win over Johnston. As he was a threat out of the backfield, got a couple big catches on 3rd down that really got that offense rolling. On the ground is going to be the biggest attack opportunity for Northwest, a team that really likes to run the football. The passing game has struggled at times this year as they average under 100 yards through the air on the season per game. Northwest will win the opening coin flip and will look to defer to the second half. Tanner Philpott will come out to kick this one away. Philpott has had a very good season this year as a team starting punter. Lights are on here. It is Friday night, the pink out in full effect for the Northwest student section. Fight Breast Cancer Night. It is the pink out. It is senior night, and we are underway with Friday Night Lights here at Waukee Northwest. It will be Jordan Sturdivant who lets it bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And the ball will come out to the 20. And we'll see what this new-look offense for Urbandale can do without Rottinghouse under center. Kai Black, the team's number 1 receiver, standing at 6'3", 215. A huge threat on the field. Not a lot of players that can match up with a guy his size. We saw Schrader from Valley take advantage of that earlier this season. In the pistol formation, it's going to be a turnaround, fake the handoff, and it's going to be an end around given off to number 1, Caden Arndt, and he's going to have the first down on the first carry of the game up to the 33. Give him 13 on the first play of the game.
3, Logan Stutz, and number 16, Andrew Eastman.
So the first play of the game goes for a 13-yard carry for Caden Arndt. Good start to the game for Urbandale as they move the chains on the first play. They'll split 3 receivers out here on the left side of the formation. Black alone here on the near side, guarded by Grant Mackey. It's going to be an option play, moving over to this side of the field, and a big breakaway play downfield. On the carry, number 0, Ben Booth. Moves the chains again. This defense struggled in the first couple of plays as Booth took the direct snap. It is Cole Garwood that is under center today for Urbandale. Urbandale led by Garwood defensively. And actually lining up at running back, it is Booth under center. Booth, 1 pass attempt on the season. This one's going to be a handoff right up the middle. Already in opposing team territory here. The first down play will go for about 1.5 yards, and it'll bring up 2nd and 8. So the first play from Urbandale that doesn't get a lot of traction. Picked up 2 first downs on the first 2 plays. Booth in the shotgun, Garwood to his left. It'll be another quarterback keeper. He's going to get swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage, though, as it is big ol' Chase Lamb, the 6'3", 215 junior linebacker coming up for the stop. And that'll bring 3rd and long, 8 yards to go. Also assisting on that tackle, number 16, Andrew Eastman.
Gain of about 1. 3rd down, 8 yards to go for the Jayhawks.
It looks like there's actually a switch at quarterback as Carper will come in. He'll have Black alone here on the near side of the field. Bagby, the lone back, a high snap. Trying to set up the running back screen. Almost picked off. Chase Lamb read that from a mile away and almost came away with the football. Instead, it will fall incomplete and lead to a punt. So the defense holds after giving up back-to-back first downs to open up the drive on the first 2 plays. They force a 3-and-out after that. Cole Garwood will handle the punting here on this possession. Does a little bit of everything. Can line up at quarterback, running back. He'll be the top defensive player for Urbandale in this one. And punting duties this time as Adam Gardner almost got into the backfield and knocked that one away. It'll take a little bit of a northwest roll out to the side of the field for the 15. And Johnson and the Wolves offense will come out for the first time. Northwest offense has been a tale of 2 stories this year as they really struggled in the first couple of games outside of a couple nice drives here and there, but have really turned it on in the last half of the season. Last week excluded against a very good Ankeny team. They're going to need another good game here today against a good Urbandale defense, like I mentioned, led by Garwood. It'll be Johnson in the pistol formation, Grisham behind him. Look for a lot of quarterback keepers, but this one's going to be handed off to Grisham. Tries to bounce it outside. He'll pick up about 4 on first down. So nice carry on first to get things started. Cooper Scheifus will come into the game. Scheifus, the top receiving threat on the team for Northwest. And there is a player down for Urbandale, slow to get up. 10-10 is the time left here in the first quarter. Still scoreless after Urbandale unable to do anything after getting past midfield. Sam Johnson on the other side has had a great second half of his junior year. 6 touchdowns, 4 picks on the season. Also 8 touchdowns on the ground as well. We'll take a short break and be right back with more coverage of Friday Night Lights here on CISN.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
free Godfather's Pizza. Begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
2nd and 6 due up for Northwest. Cole Garwood, the injured Jayhawk on the play, able to get up and walk out under his own power. Hopefully he's able to return to action soon. This time it's going to be Johnson alone in the backfield, rolling out to his left side. Going to make the adjustment, throw the pass out, connect with Brady Grisham, and that might be enough to move the chains. Give him about 7 yards on the second down catch.
Number 9. The result of the play is a Northwest first down.
Northwest hurrying up the offense a little bit here after picking up the first down up to the 26-yard line. This time handed off to Grisham again. Hurdles one defender diving at the legs. Give him about 1 on the first down play.
Tripped up by number 54, Caden Browning, and Ben Booth, number 0. Short gain, 2nd and a long 9.
Johnson in the shotgun. Play action pass looking downfield. Delivers it out to the left side. Has Scheifus. He's up to the 50, 45, 40. A big play. Goes for about 30. From the Northwest 32-yard line, it'll be advanced all the way down to the 40-yard line. Give him 28 on the catch.
First down.
And the offense continuing to hurry up. The passing attack showing some signs of life here early on. Grisham handed off, and it's going to be a loss of 1 on the play.
On the carry. Tackle for the Jayhawks by Gabe.
So Cooper Scheifus showing off his big play ability. Found a hole in the defense, and Johnson able to deliver a beautiful pass. Will Retz will check in, replacing Isaiah Moody out at the tight end spot. Adams and Carter will split out on the right side along with Retz. Pistol formation with Scheifus alone here on the near side of the field. Grisham still the back behind the quarterback Johnson. They'll send Grisham out in motion, and they're going to fake the running back screen. Then they're going to deliver it out to him after the fake run. Grisham up to around the 30. He'll pick up about 9 or 10. Officially give him 10 on the reception. Second big catch out of the backfield for the big back. And they're going to bring the jumbo unit in as Adams and Carter come off the field. Also bringing in Will Koenig. And it's going to be a quarterback run right up the middle. Johnson will have the first. Gets about 3 on the carry. First run of the game for Johnson. And another first down for Northwest. Their third of the drive already. Offense really starting to pump along. Get this train moving. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Crazy to think a couple plays ago, they were back at their own 31. This one's going to be a handoff. And I think there might have been a fumble on the play. As the handoff went to Koenig, lost the handle on it, and it is recovered by Urbandale. A great drive ends in disaster for Northwest as Isaac Hoyt comes up with a fumble recovery for Urbandale. And the Jayhawks take over at their own 26-yard line or so. There'll be another stoppage in play as it appears to be number 44, Carter King, slow to get up for Urbandale. A tough turn of events for Northwest after really getting some momentum on their side, highlighted by the 28-yard catch by Cooper Scheifus. But now it will be a turnover. Ball back to the Jayhawks, who started out their first drive strong with back-to-back first downs on the first 2 plays. But after that, went 3 plays and only 2 yards. King able to get to his feet, and a little limp as he's walking off. Might just be a cramp here early in the game. A little bit of a warmer night as we were starting. Game time temperature was starting out around 75 degrees. It's dropped a little bit since then. Saw the temperature get up into the 80s today, not something we're used to in October. So the Urbandale offense back out on the field. It looks like Kai Black actually lining up at quarterback on this play. It'll definitely be quarterback committee this time. And Black is going to keep it rolling out to the left side after the fake handoff. And he'll pick up about 8 yards up past the 35-yard line.
Tackled by Andrew Eastman, number 16.
It'll bring up second and about 4. Second and 3 now officially as he goes out at the 35-yard line. And we'll see if they're able to use the passing attack here today. Black in the backfield. Behind him is the running back, Hunter Bagby. And it's going to be a fumble. Black has to jump on top of it. He's able to recover it. But, it's a wide receiver. Not a lot of the time is he going to be taking snaps under center, let alone in the shotgun. And it's going to be a loss of about 3 on second down. Third and 5, due up. Need to get to the 38-yard line to convert. And now on a third and long, Carper will come back in. Black will line up against Clunder here on the near side of the field. A couple receivers on either side of the formation. And it looks like a little bit of miscommunication here on the play as the play clock under 10 now. Carper will take the snap. Going to roll out to the left side under some pressure, trying to take off and run with it. There is a flag that comes in from the head referee and the back judge. Looks like it might be a holding call against Urbandale. And we'll see if Northwest decides to accept the penalty and it is going to go against the Jayhawks. But if they decline the penalty, it'll be fourth down.
Preliminary indication is the penalty is against Urbandale.
And it looks like it is going to be declined as the punt team comes out.
Holding against Urbandale declined by Northwest. Fourth down.
So Urbandale unable to do anything with the fumble, and they go 3 and outs after getting the turnover. Pierce Garwood seems to be all right as he'll come out to punt this one away.
Cole Garwood, number 8, routes in the punt formation for Urbandale. Owen Clunder, number 8, is deep to receive for Northwest.
Clunder back deep at his own 37-yard line to return this punt. The last punt was down inside the 20. A beautiful punt by Garwood as he's able to get it away cleanly. Almost fumbled as it was juggled for a couple seconds by Clunder, but he's able to haul it in right around the 30-yard line. And Northwest offense will come back out, hoping for better results than they had on the last drive that ended in the Will Koenig fumble. Sam Johnson 3 for 3 on the first drive. 45 total yards through the air.
First and 10 for Northwest from the Wolves' 30-yard line.
Johnson, be a fake handoff. He'll take it up the middle on the read play. He'll pick up 5 yards up to the 35. And one of the things we've seen from Johnson this year is he's gotten not just more and more comfortable, but more and more confident has been a big thing. Not only has he learned the offense more, but he's become more sure of himself and become a better quarterback and leader for this team because of it. The offensive line has been holding up well in the last couple of games as well, and matchup tough here tonight against Garwood, who's going to blitz off left side this time, giving off to Grisham, trying to turn the corner, stepped out of one tackle, and he'll pick up about 3 or 4. I'll mark him out at around the 38, give him 3. Halfway through this first quarter, still scoreless, as both offenses have gotten a little bit of traction, but haven't been able to pull anything together in a scoring drive yet. Big bodies in front of him. Grisham's going to get the first down and more. Rolls over a defender, and he'll go from the 34 all the way up to the 48-yard line, give him 14. And a timeout called by Urbandale here, kind of surprising early on in the game. 5:59 left in the first quarter. We'll take a short break and be right back here on CISN.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
West 48.
Johnson and the Wolves, 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line after the 14-yard run by Brady Grisham. Handoff fake to him on the read play, and Johnson's going to take it. He'll get into enemy territory. He'll pick up about 8, and he'll bring up 2nd and 2. Johnson, a player that is at his best when he's able to kind of turn the corner with his legs. Would make a great running back, a wide receiver on a lot of teams, but here the starting quarterback, and he's had a great year this year after starting out rough. Moody going in motion. This time hands it off to Grisham. He'll lower his head and get the first down, give him 4 yards up to about the 41-yard line. Actually, he'll give him a 3 officially.
Tackle by number 8, Cam Garwood.
Garwood there on the tackle. It's a name you're going to hear a lot, both offensively, defensively, and on special teams.
First down.
So Grisham with another nice run to pick up the first. He pick up a second first down. This one, he's going to get swallowed in the backfield, though. Lose of 2 on that one.
Tackle for a loss by Ben Booth and Isaac Hoyt.
Booth on the stop there. Booth was the first player to take quarterback snaps tonight for Urbandale. We've seen 4 different players under center tonight, including the star wide receiver Kai Black. Johnson delivers this one out, able to complete it to Adams. Trying to get some blocking in front of him. He'll pick up a couple of yards. Johnson now 4 of 4 on the day as he picks up about 4 yards through the air. Give him 5. Jackson Adams on the reception.
And Garrett
Call on the stop there, along with Sturdivant. So 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 to try and move the chains. Probably 4-down territory here for Northwest at this point in the field. Johnson completes this one over. Scheifis, another catch, able to run through some blocks. And I don't know if he's going to have, and they actually will. Give him a favorable spot. He'll get past the 30, picks up 8 yards to move the chains. Second catch of the game for Scheifis. Last one went for 28. This one only for 8, but it's enough to move the chains. 3rd first down of the drive. They'll bring the jumbo unit out as Johnson will turn, hand off to Grisham. Bounces it outside, runs through a tackle, and picks up another nice gain of about 6 on first down.
Tackled by Walanja, number 9.
They'll mark him down to the 24. It's around this area of the field where Koenig fumbled the handoff. Now they're going to go to the other side, but a nice tackle in the backfield was stepped out of as Carver was there defensively first, but he was enough to slow up Grisham. He'll lose about 4 back to around the original line of scrimmage to the 29. They'll take the jumbo unit out, bring the pass catchers back into the game.
That'll make it 3rd and 10.
As they'll have Scheifis, Retz, and Carter here on the near side. Adams alone on the far side of the field. 3rd and 9. Johnson fakes it, now delivers it to Retz. Retz right in the middle of the zone defense, and he coughs it up at the end. Back-to-back drives that have ended with fumbles. As Retz picked up about the necessary yardage, as I think he got about 12 yards on the catch. Number 19, Will Retz, made the reception, got the necessary yardage, but as he was being spun down, second fumble of the game. So Northwest both times have gotten inside the 30-yard line and both times have coughed it up on a fumble. Now Urbandale trying to right the ship after they have struggled on their last 2 drives to end it out. This one a handoff and a nice big hit as the ball carrier on that play, number 32, Jalen Brooks. He'll pick up about 4 or 5 yards. We haven't really seen this passing attack really come to fruition quite yet, as Carper is the one under center for this drive, had come in on the 3rd down plays and unable to get a clean pass off either time. Carper in the shotgun, turns, hands this one off again, but instead he'll keep it. And as he's trying to get around the edge, slips and falls, loses 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 3rd and long back to the 13-yard line. 3rd and 8 to go now.
3rd and 8 for the Jayhawks from the Urbandale 13-yard line.
So Carper probably going to have to go to the air on this one. This one handed off to the other side, and it's going to be a short gain on 3rd and long for Brooks.
Number 32. Another tackle by Kai Krafta, number 90.
And 4th and long now. It'll bring the punt team out. Another 3 and out. As Urbandale not really able to do much without their senior quarterback in the lineup, Will Rottinghouse. Peyton Rottinghouse, excuse me.
And the punt formation, that's Cole Garwood. And
Garwood in to punt this one away again as the clock ticks under 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Northwest should get good field position out of it as this one is almost blocked. Klunder goes back to the 45 to field it. Looking to get a nice return here. Stepped out of one tackle. He's to the 40, 35, and it'll be at about the 32, and I think there might be a block in the back coming here. A little bit of a blind side as he couldn't get in front of him, caught the back shoulder, and that'll cost Northwest a good return and 10 more yards.
Also in there, Brody King for the Jayhawks.
So the Wolves, instead of starting at the opposing 32-yard line, will get backed up inside their own territory after the penalty. And they're actually going to wave off the penalty. So Northwest will get great starting field position, seeing if they can avoid a turnover on this drive and put the game's first points up. As you can see on your screen, caught him on the shoulder, so yeah, clean block on the play.
And so it'll be 1st and 10.
1st and 10 coming up from right around the 31-yard line. Best starting field position for either team in this game. Johnson's still perfect in the passing game so far. This will be a quarterback keeper off the read option. He'll get to the 30, 25, 20, and he'll go out of bounds right around the 16, give him 15 on first down. Johnson, an elusive runner as a quarterback.
Forced him out of bounds, number 2. Result in the plays of Northwest Wolves first down.
So the Wolves will move the chains again. They've had at least one first down on every possession so far. This time handed off to Grisham. He's inside the 15 before he's dropped, as he picks up about 3 on first down. And they'll give him 4 as the clock ticks under a minute left in the first. A run-heavy game here so far as the Jayhawks, without their quarterback, Rottinghouse, have had to do quarterback by committee. After the end of the first quarter, Northwest threatening here, though, but backed up after the penalty, as it only ends up costing about 4 or 5 yards as the penalty took place downfield. But it is going to be tough. 3rd and about 12 to try and convert. Need to get to the 7-yard line for the first down. Likely passing opportunity here. Sam Johnson's had a great game through the air so far.
Second quarter begins, and it's 3rd down.
12 minutes back up on the clock. Johnson in the shotgun with Grisham to his right. Play action pass. Johnson to roll out to the right side. Looking over to the side. There's going to be a penalty flag as Johnson kind of just throwing that one away. Grisham in the area. And it looks like there actually might be another call here against Northwest. And it is. It's going to be another holding call against the Wolves. And we'll see what the Jayhawks sideline decides to do. As you back him up another 10 yards, you might take him out of field goal range. As of right now, it is within range for the team's kicker, Jack Gearhart, a member of the Every Kick Counts. In the first quarter, Sam Johnson, 29 yards on the ground, 70 through the air, 6 of 6 passing. And they will accept the penalty, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. And they're all the way back to the 31 now. 3rd and 24 now to try and convert. And if you're Northwest, what you at least want to try and do is at least get back into field goal range. It looks like Grisham's going to come at least over to the sideline to get play call. Still 0-0, and they're actually going to set up 4 wide receivers here on the near side of the field, the diamond over here. They're going to fake the wide receiver screen, looking downfield. Grisham's there, makes the catch, and they've got the first. It'll all depend on the spot, but it looks like it's enough as they pick up 25 on 3rd and 24. What a catch there by Grisham as the defense stopped paying attention to him for a second. He found the hole, and now 1st and goal for Northwest. Johnson comes up under center, is going to take it right up the middle, and he's going to get down inside the 5. Goes from about the 6 to, it looks like, around the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on 1st down. First play of the 2nd quarter, and Northwest picked up 25 yards and now are in great scoring opportunity. Johnson right up the middle again, and I think he might have enough this time. And they're going to mark him down. No, they will give him the touchdown. Sam Johnson, the 1-yard touchdown run to finish off the drive. 9th rushing touchdown of the season. And it looks like the refs will actually talk about this to discuss. So they will repeal the touchdown call, as it looks like it was just for a quick stoppage. 3rd and goal now for Northwest. Johnson up under center again. Everyone going to be pushing on this play. No doubt on this one. Johnson on 3rd down this time gets the touchdown. And now the lights cued again here, so they're going to be hurting the electricity bill a little bit. Northwest strikes first. They go up 6-0. And now barring the extra point. As White Christensen, the holder, will come out. Northwest gets on the board to make it 6-0. Sam Johnson has continued his impressive start to this game, already around 100 yards passing, and now the rushing touchdown as well. And a penalty call here, offsides against Urbandale. Touchdown coming with 10:57 left in the 2nd.
And the penalties declined.
Gearhart now out for the kick. Kick is up and good. More money raised for Every Kick Counts through the Count Every Kick program here in Central Iowa that a lot of the high school kickers have been taking part in. Gearhart as well as Waukee's Max Bartachek taking part in that program this year. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with another kickoff here on CISN.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday,
and we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of Central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more Central Iowans are.
We apologize for the technical difficulties. The first play of the drive for Urbandale, Kai Black drops back and delivers a 65-yard bomb as it was hauled in by Caden R. Owen Klunder going up, trying to knock it away, and got knocked away as it is a disastrous response for the Northwest defense as we are now tied up at 7 apiece. The kickoff for Northwest had gone out of bounds, set up great field position for Urbandale, and they more than took advantage on the one-play strike. And we have ourselves a little bit of a ball game now after both offenses were struggling for a little bit. We'll see how Northwest is able to respond now.
Kicking off for Urbandale, Proxy Carver, number
And when you're struggling with your quarterback play, a shot like that in the arm can be exactly what you need. As we're now tied up 7 apiece, 10:45 left in the second quarter. Just 12 seconds after Northwest scores a touchdown, Urbandale responds. This one taken by Carter right around the 2-yard line. Tries to cut it back upfield, and he is cut down at the 9-yard line. Got coffin kicked on the kickoff as Rockney Carver got that one off right into that far corner. And now Northwest offense trying to answer back. Have put together 3 great drives, had the first 2 ended turnovers, but able to bounce back and get the touchdown their last opportunity. As the Urbandale defense has struggled to kind of contain this offense throughout this game, have gotten lucky a couple of times. As Johnson in the shotgun, Grisham to his right. Grisham will get it, trying to bounce it outside. Garwood on the pursuit, and it's going to be a short gain, if any, on first down. As Isaac Hoyt there on the stop for Urbandale. And no gain on the play.
No gain, 2nd and 10.
Urbandale a little fired up now after the big touchdown pass from Black to Arndt. Pistol formation here for Johnson. Everyone kind of in on tight in the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a handoff to Grisham. He's got a big hole, and he's going to be dropped right before the first down marker. Give him 8 yards on second down. There is a penalty flag, though, right around the 15-yard line, and this one might be coming back. It's going to be another holding call against Northwest. So the nice run by Grisham is negated.
It's holding against Northwest.
So it'll be 2nd and about 14, it looks like.
Result of the penalty, it'll be 2nd and 11 from the
2nd and 11 as they don't drop it back nearly as far as I thought they were going to. Taking place a little bit further downfield. So almost from the exact same spot they were just at. This one we go to Grisham, and he'll get another nice carry. This one gets up to the 16-yard line or so. It'll bring up 3rd and about 3.5. Give him about 6 on the second down carry.
7-yard gain. 3rd and 4 for the Wolves.
Officially 3rd and 4 as the clock ticks down to 10 minutes left here in the first half. Urbandale started the game with another couple of nice plays, getting first downs on their first 2 plays of the game before going 3 and out after that. Northwest, 3 first downs, including a big catch by Scheifus before a fumble. As this one hands it off, and Grisham is swallowed in the backfield. No gain on the play. Might have even lost half a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. And this is the first time the Urbandale defense has really stepped up and outside of the couple of turnovers. Northwest, their first 3 and out of the game. And Tanner Philpott will come out to kick this one away from his own end zone. Philpott, a great punter. A lot of time when his ball is going to be up in the air and it hits the ground, it's going to take a Northwest bounce. As he gets this one away, it's a nice high kick. Fair catch called, and he'll take a nice little Northwest bounce, roll an extra couple yards, and die right around midfield, and that is where Urbandale will come back out as they look to take their first lead of the game. Kai Black took the snap on the last play that ended in the 65-yard touchdown. Looks like he's going to line up at wide receiver on the far side of the field for this possession. As it appears, number 10, Hunter Bagby, and number 27, Elijah Hoyt in the backfield for this play. Official timeout on the field. 8:56 left to go in the first half. Urbandale has really had to open up their playbook a little bit here today. As now it looks like Hoyt, the one in at quarterback for this play, likely going to be a run opportunity. That's exactly what's going to be. The defense ready for it. He tries to bounce it outside, maybe picks up 1 or 2 yards before he's drilled out of bounds on the Northwest sideline. score 7-7 after we saw touchdowns on back-to-back plays between Urbandale and Northwest. They'll officially give Hoyt 1 on the carry. He'll remain in the shotgun. Here, receiver on either side of the formation and a tight end in the slot and a running back on either side. This time, Hoyt's going to keep it again. Crofter there to spin him down, and a host of other Northwest defenders jump in to bring him down, including Hunter Smith, as well as big number 97, Tim Thomason. No gain on the play, 3rd and long. Black will come in to take the snap this time. Had the big arm that delivered arguably the best pass of the game we've seen so far, thrown by a wide receiver. But at 6'3", has great size to be at the quarterback spot. It'll be a pistol formation here. 2 receivers on the right side, 1 here on the near side of the field in Charles Cook. It's going to be handoff up the middle. Defense not ready for it, and I think it's going to be a first down right up to the 40-yard line. Bagby on the carry, and they do move the chains. 3rd and 9, they go to the run and pick up the necessary yardage. They will bring Carper back into the game at quarterback, as Maxwell Hartzell as well as Bagby in the backfield for this play. Hartzell will move up to the tight end spot. 2 receivers out wide on the right. Another handoff for Bagby. Tries to work some magic, and he'll pick up about 2 yards. They'll give him back to the 38. Nope, they'll mark him down at the 39. 2 different refs had very differing spots on that. On the far side of the field, he was up to the 36, and the official spot comes at the 39. Gain of 1 on first down. 2nd and 9 coming up. So we have now seen 3 different players take snaps at quarterback here on this drive after Carper came in for the last play. This one's going to be kept by Black. Met in the backfield for a second. Tries to step out of it, but he's going to be dropped back at the 40. No gain on the play. Might have even lost a yard.
Carrier. Tackle made by Chase Lamb and Andrew Eastman.
And, they always talk, maybe there's a quarterback controversy and, quarterback by committee where you take different drives. It's not too often where you're seeing 4 or 5 players switching in regularly on the same possession.
From the Northwest 40.
As we are going to see a 4th different player come in as Ben Booth comes up into the pistol now. Bagby behind him. Play action pass. Going to look deep, looking. And it's going to be intercepted! Clunder lays out for it and comes up with the pick. What a play for the Northwest defense. Booth attempts the pass and throws the INT. First pick of the season thrown by Booth.
Pass intercepted by Northwest number 8, Owen Clunder.
So Clunder comes up with the interception. And now Northwest takes over right around where they were on the last possession as they look for hope for something better outside of the 3 and out. This one handed off to Grisham. Steps out through the first tackler. Picks up about 6 or 7 on first down. And they'll give him up to the 17-yard line. Give him 7 on the first down carry.
Oliver Towers led that tackle.
Penalties have been a problem for Northwest here early on. 3 holding calls already against them. No penalties against Urbandale here in the first half, as we're at the halfway point of the second quarter. Another handoff to Grisham. Sneaks through the first line, and he should have enough for the first. Picks up another 3 to move the chains. Garwood there on the stop. Yet another tackle for him as he's going to be approaching 100 on the season by the end of today's game. Came in with 89.5, averaging over 10 per contest on the season. They continue to keep going to this jumbo lineup and continue to hand it to Grisham. He'll get pushed back a little bit on this play, but he'll still pick up about 3 yards as he gets up to the 23. 2nd and 7 due up. They'll switch the lineup now here as Retz, Carter, Adams, and Scheifus come into the ball game. 5:15 left in the first half. So they'll spread them out a little bit here. Retz at the tight end spot. It'll be Adams and Carter on the far side. Or excuse me, Scheifus and Carter on the far side. Adams here on the near side of the field. Faked to Grisham, and Johnson with a big hole up to the 40. Steps back in the middle. 50, 45. A huge run. Picks up over 30 on the carry. Got 27 to the 50 and give him another 7 after that to the 43. 34-yard run for Sam Johnson.
Result of the play is the Northwest Bowlers. First down.
Second first of the drive. Johnson, hurry up offense here. This time it'll be handed to Grisham. He's trying to go to the outside. Defense ready for him. Steps to the first defender and gets back to the line of scrimmage before he's dropped. No gain on the play. Good sportsmanship as Grisham is helped up by Malachi Imserovich.
And Cole Garwood.
Imserovich and Garwood on the stop for Urbandale. 2nd and 10 coming up. Johnson has been playing some fantastic football here in today's game. Had the 1 touchdown run earlier and has had a couple big pass completions and now the 34-yard run to set up the Wolves inside of Jayhawk territory. Johnson, play action pass this time. Under pressure, going to throw this one away. First incomplete pass of the ball game, I believe, for Johnson, because the early one he had earlier was wiped out because of the holding call, and now 3rd and 10 coming up.
It'll be 3rd and 10.
The Wolves, winners out of 4 of their last 5. A win here, and they are in the playoffs. Urbandale needing a win, and losses by Waukee and Valley to sneak in. Play action pass again. Johnson under pressure. Garwood there. Set up the running back screen for Grisham. Steps and swims to the first tackle. 2 flags coming in here on this play.
There's a penalty on the play.
So we'll see what the call is here. As right now, it would be 4th and about 8.
Assisted by Carver.
And we'll see if it's 2 separate calls or just 2 refs doing the same thing. And it's going to be a block in the back against Northwest. Waiting to see what the call is coming in from the Urbandale sideline. And it looks like they are going to back him up. The Northwest offense already back inside their own side of the field. The penalty is actually going to be waved off, declined by the Jayhawk sideline. So only gained about 1.5 yards on the catch. They're going to keep the offense in.
And it'll be 4th down for the Wolves.
So Northwest electing to keep the offense out there versus trying to pin the offense deep. No, a quarterback punt. And now Retz and the offense able to down at the 1-yard line. Sam Johnson continuing his strong play tonight, the quarterback punt.
Down around the 1-yard line.
So now the defense has an opportunity to potentially come up with the safety. As we'll see who will be handling the snap duties here on this drive. As the last one, we saw, let's see, Elijah Hoyt, Ben Booth, Justin Carper, and Kai Black playing quarterback on the last set of downs. Black will line up at wide receiver on the far side of the field. And they're going to have a jumbo unit up front as it is Carper that comes out. He's going to push the pile forward. Maybe got 1 yard on the play.
Justin Carper, the quarterback on the sneak.
Clock ticks under 3.5 left here in the first half. Urbandale just trying to avoid a safety here. Carper comes off the field. And I think Garwood might just come in here to take the snap. Garwood at 6'3", 220. Better size than the 5'11", 165 Carper under center. And Garwood is officially the 5th different player we have seen under center now. He'll take it up the middle, and he'll get a nice push forward up to the 5. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Chase Lamb made the stop. 3rd down.
Bagby comes off the field.
6 yards to go.
Garwood will stay in the game. And let's spread this one out a little bit. It looks like there's some miscommunication here. Play clock down to 15. As they're trying to avoid the 12-man call. And there's only 10 players on the field currently for Urbandale. Yep, and they use a timeout. Not a bad decision there to take some time off the clock as well. As Urbandale uses their second timeout of the first half. We'll take a short break and be right back here on CISN.
Love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas at Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
3rd and 6 for the Jayhawks inside their own 10-yard line. Fake the handoff, trying to run up the middle. It'll be a short gain on the play and bring up 4th down as they pick up about 3 yards. And 4th and 2 coming up. But at the very least, get out of the shadow of their own end zone for the potential punt. And I think Northwest calls a timeout. We'll keep it right here on this timeout as Northwest will get good field position here. Still 2 timeouts left for them. Got the touchdown earlier on the Sam Johnson 1-yard touchdown run. And Urbandale, to say they responded immediately is a little bit of an understatement. After the kickoff went out of bounds, Kai Black delivered the 65-yard touchdown pass to Caden Arndt to tie things up at 7 apiece. 2:13 left in the first half as Northwest looking for one last push to try and get another score up. And they'll have to get a good return on this punt and try and set themselves up with a short field. Garwood has had a couple of nice punts. And it looks like they may be keeping the offense out there.
4th down, 2 yards to go for the Jayhawks.
And that does appear to be the case. Carper staying out on the field. Going in motion is Kai Black. And it looks like they might be trying to get Northwest to jump. That's been a problem for Eli Moses at times this year, trying to avoid it here.
Timeout.
And Urbandale will use the timeout, as they were just trying to see if they could get him to jump and then try and run out some more time on the first half clock. But now, no timeouts for him. So if some were to happen, you were able to get the first, you're going to be deep in your own territory, no timeouts, and a passing game that, outside of the one big play, really hasn't been able to do anything here tonight. So Northwest still with 2 timeouts. We're still at the 2:13 mark, as that is the 3rd timeout we have seen called in the last play and a half. And now the punt team will come out. Garwood has had a couple of nice punts here tonight. Owen Klunder will back up to the Jayhawk 43-yard line. Northwest has gotten some pressure here. Let's see if they come after him on this play. Punt gotten away, and it's going to be a nice one, and it's going to take a bounce, and actually will bounce Northwest's way back towards Urbandale, and it'll be down at about the 42-yard line. 2:05 on the clock for Northwest, 2 timeouts. And now that this passing attack has become kind of a weapon over the second half of the season, plenty of opportunity now to at the very least get in field goal range for Jack Gearhart. So 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line officially. Johnson will lead this offense back out. 3 receivers over on the far side of the formation. And here on the weak side of the field, Jackson Adams lined up, matched up against Oliver Towers, the defensive back. And quarterback keeper spun out of the first tackle attempt from Garwood. He'll pick up about 5 or 6 and then go out of bounds inside of the 40. They'll give him 4 on the first down run. Johnson had the big 34-yard run to set them up deep inside enemy territory last time out and ended up having to be punting away. This one delivered over for Carter, trying to run outside. It's going to be a short gain, and it'll bring up 3rd and about 3. Carter makes his first catch of the game. This one goes for about 3 yards. 1:45 now before halftime. No sense of urgency for Northwest. Still 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Want to take some time off the clock as well, not give Urbandale another chance. Quarterback keeper up the middle, and he's going to be smacked in the backfield. As Johnson hit there first by number 35, Gabe Carver. Interesting decision there for the quarterback keeper. So it goes for about a loss of 2. And now 4th down due up. We'll see if maybe they do another quarterback punt. Urbandale unable to stop the clock here. So it'll tick down to about under a minute. Offensive line up. 6 seconds left on the play clock. And I think Northwest is going to have to burn a timeout here. And that's what they'll do with 51 seconds left here in the half. We'll take a short break and be right back here on CISN.
Off to college. Oh, rats.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
4th and 6 for Northwest from the 39-yard line. Urbandale, no timeouts left, so if they get the ball back, even with good field position, it'll be tough to make something happen. It's going to be a play-action pass here, delivered across the side of the field. Scheif is just a little bit out of his reach. Not enough on that play, and it'll fall incomplete. Turnover on downs.
Julian Buer defending on the play.
So we'll see if Urbandale tries to push it downfield a little bit or just kind of run this one out and send it to halftime. Northwest will get the second half kickoff.
Urbandale begin this drive 1st and 10 from the Jayhawks 39.
It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line with 45 seconds left in the first half of action. Booth comes out at the quarterback role. Garwood quickly changing the play, and he'll line up at tight end now. Booth, it'll just be a quarterback keeper as he rolls out to the right side. He'll get cut down right around the 43. And we'll see if that's the final play of this first half. East Bay on the stop before Northwest.
4-yard gain.
Booth not in a huge hurry here, as they may look to get one final play off as the clock ticks down to 16 seconds now. Booth will roll this one out to the right side, and he gets a big hole. The defense not ready for the quarterback keeper on that one. He'll get down to the 40-yard line. And we'll see here if they just try to snap it and kill the clock with 9 seconds.
First down, Jayhawks.
And that's exactly what they'll do. 3 seconds run off the clock on that quick incomplete pass for Garwood. It'll be interesting here because Kai Black probably has the best arm of the group, but he's also your top receiver that you probably want to have all the way downfield for maybe try to hurl it up to the end zone, as not a lot of people are going to be able to top his height. It looks like Black will come in at quarterback, maybe just to hurl it to the end zone. Had the 65-yard touchdown pass earlier. And a penalty flag comes in before the snap gets off. False start called against Urbandale. That'll back him up to the 45-yard line. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look around the CIML as well as a look at the fall sports for Waukee Northwest, as it is senior night for the Wolves. Black dropping back, hit as he delivers the ball, falls incomplete. Still 1 second left on the clock, so time for one final play. Cale Winter there on the pressure.
Number 77, Cale Winter.
And the one thing you don't want if you're Urbandale is an opportunity for potential interception and return. Clunder with the interception earlier on the pass from Booth. This one's just going to be taken by Booth around the right side. He'll be driven out of bounds, and that will do it here in the first half of action. We are tied at 7 apiece. Northwest getting the first touchdown of the game on the third play of the second quarter. And Urbandale able to respond right back with a 65-yard touchdown pass. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with some halftime stats and analysis. You're watching a Northwest and Jayhawk football here on CISN.TV.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper to bumper, and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster. Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge. And it's how service should be.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore, 109th and Douglas.
Northwest and Urbandale are tied here at halftime, 7 apiece. Looking at how this game has gone so far, Urbandale got off to a fast start. First 2 plays of the game going for a pair of first downs before going 3 and out and having to punt it away. Northwest on the other side drove it down inside the opposing 30-yard line, but a Will Koenig fumble right around the 28 ended that drive as it was recovered by Isaac Hoyt and the Jayhawk defense. Urbandale wouldn't be able to do anything with it, going a quick 3 and out before Urbandale, again, 3 first downs on the drive, but Will Retz making the catch, getting the first down yardage, and then as he's being spun down, coughed up the football. Back-to-back fumbles on 2 straight drives for the Wolves, and that is how the first quarter went for Northwest. Urbandale then went 3 and out to close out the quarter, and Northwest got the football back, ran a couple plays, and then on third and forever, the first play of the second quarter, Brady Grisham, a 25-yard catch on 3rd and 24 to get the first down. The drive was then punctuated by a 1-yard Sam Johnson touchdown run to make it 7-0. But then on the very first play of the drive after the kickoff went out of bounds, Urbandale countered with a 65-yard touchdown pass from Kai Black to number 1, Caden Arndt, who got away from Owen Klunder and was able to take it in for the game-tying score. 7-7, that was the last score we saw. Urbandale tried putting a drive together before Ben Booth was picked off by Owen Klunder. Northwest tried putting a drive together. Sam Johnson had a 34-yard run to set them inside of Jayhawk territory, but a couple penalties again backed Northwest up, and Johnson came out, actually punted it away. It was down at the 1-yard line. Urbandale goes 3 and out again on their next drive, and then Northwest a turnover on downs on 4th and long with about 50 seconds left. Urbandale does nothing with it before halftime, and that is where we are at now. 7 apiece at the end of the first half as the band getting ready to play here. We'll have some stats on the other side of the break, but we're going to take another break and be right back here on CISN.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V-Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas at Urbandale, just west of Homemaker.
At halftime, we are tied 7 apiece. Looking at the stats for Northwest at the break. Sam Johnson, a great start to the game. 6 for 6 with 70 yards passing the football and 29 through his legs as well, combining for almost 100 yards in the first quarter alone. Passing attack wasn't nearly as strong in the second quarter, just going 3 for 5 for 29 yards. Good for 9 of 11, 99 yards at the break. But he's been getting it done on the ground. 43 yards in the second quarter, including that big 34-yard run and the 1-yard touchdown run as well. Good for 72 yards on the ground. Brady Grisham, dual threat option out of the backfield, 46 yards on the ground, 43 rushing yards as well on 5 receptions. overall, been a nice balanced game for him. Scheifus had the 2 catches here in the game, 28 on the first, 8 on the second catch, but did not have a catch in the second quarter. Will Koenig and Will Retz both struggling with fumbles in the first half. And Northwest unable to take advantage early on in the game before that touchdown run by Johnson on the 4th play of the second quarter. Retz had the 1 catch for 12 yards. Carter and Adams combining for 8 yards on 2 catches. And that's kind of how we've gotten to where we are here in the first half of action. On the other side, the 1 touchdown for Urbandale coming with a 65-yard touchdown pass caught by Caden Arndt off the hands of Kai Black, who's usually the team's leading receiver, but has seen some time at quarterback today with the injury to Peyton Rottinghouse. He has been out this entire game, and it has been quarterback by committee. We have seen Ben Booth, as well as Justin Carper, Cole Garwood, Kai Black, and Elijah Hoyt lining up under center here in the first half of action. Expect more of the same. Booth throwing the interception that was picked off by Owen Klunder earlier in the contest, as that has been a great season for Klunder. His 3rd interception, unable to return any of them so far, but made a great diving catch on the pick. Northwest wasn't able to do anything with it. That was the quarterback punt that ended the drive. But taking a look as well at the Northwest sports this fall season, it has been an amazing fall for the Wolves athletics as they're celebrating senior night here today. A win and you're in situation for the Wolves with the football playoffs. Volleyball last night taking down the visiting Ames Little Cyclones in straight sets, dominating that performance, led by 14 kills from junior Cameron Vogt. And they will be hosting on Tuesday the girls 5A Region 5 regional final, with an opportunity to go to the first state tournament in school history over in Cedar Rapids. That team led by an amazing junior class, including Chloe Jones and Katie Lockyer, 2 3-year starters for the Wolves and Warriors. In terms of boys cross country, they will also be headed to state, as they were able to cap a great season off with a state tournament berth the other day. Girls cross country finishing 5th as a team, unable to qualify, unfortunately, but they will be sending Sunday and Habgood to state to qualify as individuals. Girls swimming will be at the regionals here in Region 6, right at the Waukee YMCA on November 5th. A couple of great performers as well. The Combo Warrior Wolves swim team, and we'll have boys swimming coming up here in just about a month and a half as well. Boys golf winning the CIML. They finished as conference champs, finished 7th at state this year. It was a fantastic season for them. As looking back on their second season, they improved their team record from 62-24 to 99-13, dropped their team scoring average by over 18 strokes. 9 players played in the varsity lineup this year. Had 2 team wins at the Fort Dodge Invitational and Northwest Invitational, 3 runner-up team finishes at Cedar Falls, the conference tournament, and the district meet. And they made their second state tournament appearance as they were able to get 7th at state. Henry Manning, first-team All-State selection. Blake Cronin, second-team All-State. Cronin also a second-team All-Tournament team selection as well as state. And Henry Manning announcing that he will be playing at the next level at the University of Central Missouri, continuing his golf career. We'll see him on the basketball court here in just about a month as the Wolves, one of the favorites to head to the state tournament this year. Looking at some scores around, Dubuque Senior up 7-0 on Cedar Falls. Cedar Falls usually a very strong program as they play a lot of their home games at the Unidome, so they're pretty familiar with it come state tournament time. Waukee in Dowling, 30-0 at halftime. The Maroons taking it to the Warriors. That's a game that Urbandale fans will have their eyes on, needing Waukee and Valley to lose tonight. Johnson over Ames 10-3, and Centennial up 42-0 over East at halftime, and Valley and Roosevelt 35-7 at half. Not a score that Urbandale fans are going to like to see. Linn-Mar 15-13 over Cedar Rapids Prairie at the half as well. I mentioned Urbandale needing both a win here tonight and losses by Waukee and Valley to be able to qualify for the playoffs. For Northwest, it's a win-and-you're-in situation, and both teams have been playing like their lives depend on here tonight, as neither team has really been able to give up much. 7-7 at half, and those two scores came within 12 game seconds of each other on the field. We're going to take another break, and we'll be back here on CISN with a look to the second half and what adjustments both teams need to make. You're watching CIML football on CISN.TV.
Love a good win, however small or ordinary, losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas in Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
Still at halftime here at the Den, Waukee Northwest Stadium, as the Royal Brigade performing here at halftime, performing the sounds of Aquaman, starring the Iowa native Jason Momoa, as Aquaman 2 will be set to come out here next year, something that, as a fan of both Momoa and the franchise, I'm very excited for, but also something to be excited for. The second half about to get started in just over about 5 minutes. Northwest got the touchdown early on in the second quarter. Urbandale responded immediately with a 65-yard touchdown pass. And both offensive have had their positives, but have been unable to string multiple strong drives together to put scoring drives up on the board. Northwest looked like they were going to be dominating this game from their first drive, but turnovers were a huge problem for them. Back-to-back fumbles on their first two drives at almost the exact same point in the field, and unable to put scores up on the board. Got that nice drive for the touchdown. They have really looked like the better team here tonight, but Urbandale has been able to take advantage. 3 big plays for them, the 2 fumbles and the 65-yard touchdown. Outside of that, it's really been not much. The Urbandale defense at times has struggled to contain this running attack for Northwest, and they've got to be able to focus in on Brady Grisham. He's had a great game, over 80 yards combined here for the contest, 46 on the ground, 43 in the air. They've got to mark him out of the backfield, as he's made a couple of big catches out of there to extend drives. And if you're able to take him away, you're going to make this offense a little bit more one-dimensional. And Sam Johnson is a guy that can make you pay every now and then, but it's going to be more with his legs, not necessarily with his arm. His longest completion of the day at 28 yards. He's not a guy that really opens up it too much. Has 743 yards entering today's game, under 100 yards, as this has been one of the best passing games we've seen from him so far, already at almost 100 yards through the air, 9 of 11 passing. On the offensive side for Urbandale, they got to find some way to establish the run. Obviously, the team's going to focus in on them with no Peyton Rottinghouse in the lineup. But Kai Black has shown his ability to pass the ball, and you still have a capable quarterback with Carper. And I think the quarterback committee is sometimes hurting them, because when Carper or Black is in the backfield, it's more likely to be a pass play. But if Booth is back there, or you've got someone else under center, they almost immediately know it is going to be a run every single time. Really takes away of some of the availability of some of your offense, and that could be a big problem. As the Royal Brigade seniors being announced here, as it is senior night for Northwest, as we've seen cross-country, swimming, golf, the Royal Brigade, and football team here tonight. We had volleyball senior night a couple of weeks ago against this same Urbandale school in what was a 3-0 sweep for the Wolves in that contest. Reminder to come on out or tune in on Pardon My French Media on Tuesday as the Wolves will host Cedar Rapids Kennedy. The Cougars coming into town for a matchup in the regional final. As winner of that game will advance to the state tournament. Northwest looking for their first trip to the state tournament in school history, ranked number 7 in the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union final rankings. 27-12 after their win last night over Ames. Northwest looking to finish the year over 500 in the regular season, 4-4 currently, win and they are in number 12 in the RPI rankings, and Urbandale on the other side, number 18, as it doesn't look too great for their chances, as they needed a win and losses by 2 of the teams in front of them, such as Waukee and Valley. Waukee down big, 30-0 against Dowling, but Valley is up big currently on Roosevelt and not liking to relinquish that lead. So Urbandale hoping for really anything at this point to go their way, as they got to start off with a win here tonight. Northwest can still make the playoffs even with a loss, but they want to avoid having to run that risk. Northwest will get the football to start the second half, and really for them, it's just got to be taking advantage of their opportunities, not giving those turnovers, and this could be easily a 1 or 2 score lead for them. But Urbandale has been able to take advantage of the chances when they presented themselves, and those 3 big plays are the difference in this contest so far, as this could have been a 2-3 score lead potentially for the Wolves. But here we are, 7-7 entering the second half, and we'll see what Northwest can put together on their first drive as the team's finishing up their warm-ups out of the halftime break. We haven't really seen either kicker get an opportunity, as every time it's gotten to 4th down, it's been a little bit out of their range. As the Royal Brigade getting honored here at halftime. Always one of the biggest nights in a high school career, no matter if it's sports, music, or whatever the case might be. Senior night, always exciting. It's been no difference here tonight, as Northwest meeting at the goal line to talk their strategy going into the second half, as Henry Manning leading the student section. You can see it momentarily there on your screen. Northwest winners of 4 out of the last 5. Started the year 0-3 before wins against Johnson, Sioux City West, Sioux City East, and Ankeny Centennial to propel them to an opportunity at the playoffs. Same thing we saw from them last year. Started the year 0-3, won 4 in a row, lost to Ankeny, and then a win against Urbandale vaulted them into the postseason, hoping that history repeats itself here tonight. Won that game 17-16 a year ago tomorrow on the road against a then 7-1 Urbandale squad, picking up the upset and advancing to the playoffs. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back here with the start of the second half right after this.
What they call a snow day, we call a work day. And the resume I leave behind is nothing but clean pavement. That's why I stay prepared for all the depths of winter, with a plow that won't back down from a little overtime and takes care of business beyond 9 to 5, and then 5 to 9 without skipping a beat. A plow you'd call a real MVP, the kind only Western builds, to get more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
7-7 our score, as Northwest will get the football to open things up in the second half of action. Northwest got the touchdown on the 4th play of the second quarter. And after the kickoff, it was a 1-play drive for Urbandale. 65-yard touchdown pass by Kai Black that tied things up at 7 apiece. Rocky Carver will come to kick this one away. as a tied game going into the second half. It's going to be the best of the best over this next 24 minutes of game time to decide who's going to win this one and have a chance to represent District 5. Carter and Adams back deep to return for Northwest. Carver gets this one away, and it's going to be another kind of corner kick as it's taken by Carter. Trying to cut it back up middle, gets into the middle past the 15, and he'll be taken down right around the 20-yard line. Good return. As both kickoffs that we've seen from Carver have kind of gone into this near side corner and the far side corner on the other side of the field have been tough returns for Carter. Last time got dropped inside the 10-yard line. This time able to get out to the 20, and they'll mark him at the 21, and that is where Johnson and the Wolves offense will start their first drive here in the second half. 11:52 on the clock. Johnson in the pistol formation. Turns, hands this one off. Grisham bounces it outside, gets up to the 25, spun down at the 30. Give him 9 yards on first down.
Another tackle by Aussie Belonja.
Belonja there on the stop for Urbandale. 2nd and 1 coming up after the nice first down run.
2nd and 1.
Grisham celebrating his senior night here today, a fan favorite on this Northwest football team. Grisham right up the middle this time, and I think they might have gotten half a yard, but I don't think it was enough to move the sticks quite yet. Nope, they do officially move it. They'll give him up to the 31. Another first down for Northwest. Only 1 3 and out for them here in this game. They've had a first down on every other drive. Empty backfield this time, 5 wide out set for Johnson in the shotgun. Johnson fakes it to the outside, takes it up the middle, now bounces it outside. He's going to the 35-40, spins out and fumbles the football. 3rd turnover of the game for Northwest. This time it is recovered by Julian Buyer. A big play for Urbandale. Picked up about 14 on the carry before that ball squirted out at the end.
Urbandale takes over 1st and 10.
Exactly what we saw in the first half on those early drives. Some built-up momentum before a costly turnover, as they are now down 3-1 in the turnover differential. This one's going to be completed out to Kai Black, looking to turn and get upfield. He's to the 40 and knocked out of bounds right around the 37. There is a penalty flag on the field. It was Linen and Stotts there on the stop. And it looks like a chop block potentially there against Urbandale. A costly play there, as this is going to back them inside their own territory. They'll replay first down, but it's going to cost them some yards as well. It was 1st and 10, and it was going to be 2nd and about 1, as they're going to knock off 15 yards back to the Jayhawk 40-yard line. And it looks like Garwood and Booth will be in the backfield for this play. They've really been unable to take advantage of that height differential, as they're going to run this one to the outside for Booth. He'll get to the 2nd line of defense before getting knocked out. Gain of about 6 or 7 up to the 47-yard line. And the penalty big on that play, because not only does it negate, which was a great game, but also costing you 15 yards. But you had built some quick momentum and unable to take advantage now. Booth in the shotgun this time. Garwood to his right. And there's going to be a fumble on this play. I think Garwood might. Nope, Urbandale coughs it up, and Northwest jumps on top. Fumble is recovered by Kai Crofta. I don't know if they serve some extra popcorn here today, but we've seen Butterfingers on both sides of the ball here for either team. As the ball was snapped to Booth, and he fumbled it. And Northwest is going to recover at around the Urbandale 44-yard line. This time, hands it off to Grisham. Didn't see anything upside. Good sidestep and keeps the legs moving. He's got another first. Picks up 11 on first down.
Julian Buer on the tackle. 11-yard gain, result of the play as the Northwest rolls.
And that'll get him down to the 33, officially 11 yards on the carry. Offense continuing to move now. See if they can hold on to the football this time. Grisham again up the middle. Give him another 4. Down to the 29 from the 33.
5-yard gain.
Need to get to the 24 to move the chains once again. Play call coming in from the sideline as Northwest looking to retake the lead. Had the 7-0 lead for all of about 12 seconds before Urbandale was able to tie things up. Scheif is going in motion here to the near side of the field. Another handoff to Grisham. Rolls forward before he's dragged down by Garwood. He'll get another 3. And it should bring up about 3rd and 2. They'll bring the big unit in a little bit now as they look to push things up front.
3rd and 1-2.
Johnson comes up under center. Turns, hands it off. Another hole for Grisham. Rolls through! He's going to break free, and he's gone! Brady Grisham gives the Wolves the lead back. And the defender he bowled over has yet to get up, has to be helped up by Will Koenig. I don't know if Hoyt knew what hit him on that run. What a play for Brady Grisham. 26-yard run to punctuate this drive. What a run by the senior on senior night. That is the exact type of play Northwest needed to regain the momentum, and they lead 13-7 now. Gearhart will come out trying to make it a full 7-point lead with the PAT. Snap is a little high. Christensen able to handle it, get it down. Kick is up and good. Gearhart 2 for 2 here today. We're going to take a short break. I'll be right back here on CISN.
Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster. Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge. And it's how service should be.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Philpott's kick a little bit short of the end zone, taken by Urbandale's Sturdivant. He was dropped right around the 17. They'll give him the 18-yard line, and that is where Urbandale will come back out looking to tie things up. Kai Black will come in at quarterback. Last time Urbandale was down, he answered with a big touchdown pass. We'll see what they can do on this drive. Black in the shotgun, 2 receivers out on the far side of the field, 1 here in the near side. Black turns, hands it off. It's going to be a short gain, if any, on the run play. He was handed off to Bagby, and they'll officially give him no gain on the carry.
And that's number 11, Harry Lyman, making the tackle for the Bulls. No gain. 2nd and 10 for the Jayhawks.
Another shotgun this time. 2 backs in the backfield along with Kai Black. This one to Bagby and another fumble. Black will pick it up, and the ball's out again. And I think Northwest is on top of it. As Black was unable to get the good pickup, and Northwest picks it up again. 3 turnovers already here in the third quarter. as Black never got a straight handle on it. Couldn't really see who recovered the football, but Northwest will take over at the opposing 10-yard line.
Looks like Chase Lamb, number 32, or Tim Thomas, number 97, and that number 20. First and 10 Wolves.
First and 10, they hand it off to Grisham. He'll put his head down, pick up about 2 yards.
Number 28, the ball carried. And Cole Garwood, number 8, for another tackle.
So Northwest, an opportunity to really blow this game out now, trying to go up 2 scores. Second and goal from the 8. Jumbo unit out again. Play action pass. Johnson rolling out, delivers this one, and just threw that one out of bounds. No one open. As the intended receiver might have been number 23, Dixon Montgomery. Isaiah Moody also in the area. Take the Jumbo unit out, bring the 3 wide receiver look in. Adams and Carter will go over to the far side of the field with Scheifus here on the near side. Scheifus has been a big target here in the end zone at times at this point of the field. Also look for a potential tight end opportunity for Isaiah Moody. Shotgun formation. Johnson with Grisham to his left. Grisham at the touchdown carry on the last play. Johnson rolling out to the right side. No one open. Going to throw this one out of bounds, and that'll bring up 4th and goal. And they're going to bring the kick unit out as Jack Gearhart will go to line 1 up. On the season, Gearhart 20 of 22 on PATs, but just 2 of 5 on field goals. Had a rough game in that game against Sioux City West a couple of weeks ago. Went 1 for 4 for the contest. Looking to knock this one through and give Northwest the 2-score lead. And that's going to be an offsides call, as a blitzer was going to come from the far side, stepped across that line. Blows the play dead. Fortunately for Northwest, no opportunity to get the first, but it'll make this kick potentially a little bit easier. And we'll see if they keep the kick unit out there. It looks like they will still take advantage of it.
Penalties against Urbandale, half the distance to the goal.
So moves them 5 yards closer.
Still 4th down.
This one will set up about a 21-yard kick for Jack Gearhart. Long on the years, 41. Snap and hold are good. Kick is up. It is also good. So that gives Northwest the 17-7 lead, and we'll be right back.
When did strength become an ego thing? Strength is about more than you. It's about grit, work ethic, carrying your own weight, and still rising to new challenges, whether or not they happen during regular business hours. Because even for the strongest, there are no guarantees. But for those who wake up with the streetlights to make sure the world keeps moving, Western makes one promise: more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Another kick return for Sturdivant. He's knocked down at the 20-yard line. And Urbandale, after back-to-back turnovers on fumbles, will come back to the field. I had talked earlier that Northwest was down 3-1 in turnovers. That's not the case anymore. Even up. The difference, though, Northwest has turned the last 2 turnovers into 10 points. They now lead 17-7, 7:41 left here in the third quarter. This one delivered out, completed to Kai Black. And Black will be driven out of bounds. Nice pitch and catch from the left-handed quarterback, Carper. He'll get 6 yards on first down, bringing up 2nd and 4. Carper will remain in. And it's tough to tell who's going to be in at quarterback when we have now seen 5 or 6 different players under center. Carper, the lefty, in the backfield. He'll turn, deliver this one to the other side this time. And a big hit put on by Klunder. No gain on the play. The receiver on that play, Charles Cook, caught the pass, then caught the body. Third and 5 now coming up. Klunder has been a menace in the backfield this season and laid the stick on that one. Has an interception as well today. Look for potential one-on-one matchup. Klunder versus Black here on the near side of the field. Big height advantage there for Urbandale. And it's going to be a play-action pass. Trying to deliver this one outside. It is completed, and it's going to be short of the first. Arndt got the catch, but it's not going to be enough for the first down. Looks like the punt team is going to come out on 4th and 1. Nope, they are. They brought the punter out in Garwood, but Garwood does so many different things for this team. You never know exactly what the call is going to be. Garwood will come up under center. Looking to try and get him to jump off sides. 5 seconds on the play clock. Garwood will take it, and he's going to have the first. But there is going to be a flag. I wonder if this might be an illegal shift, actually. There have not been a lot of flags that have gone against, and it is going to be an illegal shift. 2 receivers in motion, and no one came to reset. And those 5 yards are a big one, as it not only costs you 5 yards on the field on the punt, but you would have had a first set of downs. Instead, it's going to go as a 3-and-out, and Garwood will come back in to punt it away. 4th and 6 with 6:09 on the clock here in the third. Klunder will go back to return right around his own 45-yard line. Punt back to Garwood. Gets a beauty of a kickoff. It's going to be a quick one, and it'll be fielded right around the 38-yard line. It's a good starting field position due up for Northwest. Back-to-back scoring drives for Northwest. The last 2 times they've had the ball. Now they'll have a little bit of a longer field, though, as they took advantage of the 2 Urbandale turnovers. Now we'll see if they can string something together and try and put this one a little bit further out of reach. Urbandale hasn't been able to muster much on offense without Peyton Rottinghouse in the lineup outside of a couple big plays. Pistol formation for Johnson. 1 receiver out wide on either side. Turns, hands it off to Grisham. He's going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Grisham already had about 100 all-purpose yards coming into the second half, but had the 26-yard touchdown run earlier to put him over the century mark for the game. As Northwest in no hurry here, as still 5 minutes left in the third quarter, but they'll take as much time off the clock as they can in between these plays. Nice read here, and quarterback keeper. Johnson spun out of the tackle opportunity for Booth and picks up about 2 or 3. That'll bring up 3rd and long for Northwest. And at the very least for Northwest, every time that you're on the field now, you're able to take at least 2 or 3 minutes off the clock, and that's a win in your books, up with the 2 scores. Isaiah Moody will come in, line up at tight end on the right side of the formation. Carter and Jackson Adams out on the far side. Scheifus here on the near side. Johnson, fake the near pass, looking deep, has Scheifus! Scheifus with the big catch, down inside the 20. Give him 39 on the catch. They'll give him officially 37 as he goes out at the 21. Scheifus with his second big catch of the game, had the 28-yarder back on the first drive. He's been quiet since. And now 1st and 10 at the red zone. Hand off to Grisham, trying to bounce outside with a nice stiff arm. Cuts it back up middle, but he is spun down by Hoyt for a gain of about 1. Cooper Scheifus has had a penchant this year for coming up with big plays. He's not going to see the ball go his way a lot, but when he does, it seems to go for big yardage. Second catch of the game that has gone for over 25. Shotgun formation, trips. We'll move from right to left on the screen. Everyone back set, and they'll send Carter in motion. Fake the end around. Johnson goes right up the middle, and not much on the play, maybe 2 or 3 yards. And I think they're actually going to mark him back around the 18, so no gain on the play, actually. Browning there on the stop for Urbandale. Moody limping off the field. Retz replaces him in the lineup. Clock ticks down to 3:35 remaining in the contest. In the third quarter. Johnson trying to get him with the hard count. Defense not biting. They'll switch up the formation a little bit. Back into the pistol. And Northwest going to have to use a timeout here with the play clock running down. We'll take a break with them and be right back.
Off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Northwest facing 3rd and 9 as they come out of the timeout. The Wolves looking to keep this drive going after the huge catch by Cooper Scheifus for nearly 40 yards. Can he go there again? Johnson rolling out to the left side. Has Scheifus there, and guess who? Makes the catch down to the 5-yard line. They'll give him officially about, I want to say, 13 on the play from the 19 to the 6. And now 1st and goal.
Result of the play is the Northwest Wolves. 1st down.
Scheifus coming up big, two big 3rd down catches. And now Northwest with an opportunity to punch in another touchdown. 2 of them on the day. Short snap, and Grisham trying to get to the outside, stepped out of the tackle, had the stiff arm as well, but just ran out of real estate and only picked up maybe 1 on the play. They'll officially give him 1 to the 5-yard line. 2:46 on the clock here in the 3rd quarter.
It'll be 2nd down, goal to go for the Wolves to the 5-yard line.
Will Koenig will come back into the lineup as Retz takes a seat. Some miscommunication on who is supposed to be in the game. It looks like Northwest only 10 players. Nope, they will keep Retz here on the near side. A lot of space. And it's, I think, going to be another timeout by Northwest. That's the 2nd time they've had to burn a timeout to avoid the delay of game penalty. So 2nd timeout. We'll take another break and be right back.
75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
This drive, we'll see if that come back to bite them later on. But right now, the Wolves' 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Adams going in motion, he'll reverse course, and they're going to roll Johnson that way. And he's going to be dragged down for the sack. And guess who? It is number 0, Ben Booth, getting a little bit of revenge on the opposing quarterback. Had the interception thrown earlier. And they'll lose about 10 yards on the play. Luckily, still enough distance that they will be in field goal range at the very least. Need to get a touchdown to end this drive, or at least get themselves back into field goal range. Play clock down to 10. Johnson able to get it off. Looking to the end zone. Adams stumbled and fell. Was looking for a flag, but no flag comes out. And it'll go as an incomplete pass. Crowd not happy about that one. I didn't really see anything. It looked like he just kind of stumbled over his own feet. But either way, it is going to bring up 4th and goal from the 15 now. And so far, the offense is staying out there. And at the last second, they will bring Gearhart out. Gearhart knocked through a 21-yard field goal earlier in the game, 3 for 6 on the season. Play clock down to 10 seconds. They got to hurry to get this one off. Down to 5. And they're going to fake it. And Northwest is going to use their 3rd. I'm surprised that they used the timeout here instead of just taking the 5-yard penalty. Trying to get a little too cute with it, and you have to burn 3 timeouts on this possession to avoid delay of game penalties. That's poor clock management, to say the very least. Wow. And what is still a winnable game for Urbandale, down just 10 points. If this field goal is missed, they are still just a touchdown and a field goal away. Crazy to see. I don't think I've ever seen a team have to burn 3 timeouts on one possession where they had the lead and the ball, and it's only the 3rd quarter. Cooper Scheifus with 50 yards receiving on this drive. Northwest trying to at least end it with another field goal. Gearhart 1 for 1 on the day, 3 for 6 on the season. This one will be from about 32. Plenty of time on the play clock this time. Snap is good. Kick is away. It is good. From 32 yards out. Gearhart knocks it through. We'll be right back here on CISN.
1,500 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Another kickoff for Philpott taken at about the 5-yard line, and it'll be down to right around the 23 clock. Pile continues to push up to the 25. Good second effort by the returner, number 5, Jordan Sturdivant. On the return this time was number 27, Elijah Hoyt. Sturdivant switching sides with Hoyt on this possession on the kickoff. So it'll be 1st and 10 from right at the 24-yard line is where this drive will start. Urbandale now down 2 touchdowns. Need to mount a comeback. And Northwest, I can't get over it. 3 timeouts to avoid delay of game penalties on 1 drive. And they had to do it, I believe, in the first half as well with one of their timeouts. Carper comes up under center. They'll hand it off to Hoyt going around the outside. Able to turn the corner. He's up to the 30, 35, gets the first down. It appears on the first run of the drive.
Tackle made by Adam Gardner.
And they'll move the chains. And Northwest puts themselves in a really tough situation. This is still a very winnable game for Urbandale. You know, the offense has struggled a little bit, but you put 2 drives together, you're back in the lead. And now no timeouts. If this gets into a late game situation, Northwest could find themselves in a tough spot. This is going to be a handoff to the left side for Jalen Brooks. He'll get 5 or 6 on first down. Little steam in this engine for Urbandale to open up the drive. They'll officially give him 8 on the carry. 2nd and 2 coming up from the 44-yard line. Northwest forced a 3 and out last time Urbandale had the ball. Carper will hand this one off again. This time the defense has the blitz called, and it's going to be a big loss on the play back to the 41. Cale Winter as well as Eli Moses and Harry Linen in the backfield on that play.
3rd and 5.
So now 3rd and 5 with under a minute left here in the 3rd quarter. See if Carper can put something together on this play to keep the drive going. Play clock down to 10. High snap, Carper able to handle it. Kept it, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield. Hunter Smith, good penetration on the play, and it's going to be a loss of about 4. That'll bring up 4th and long. See if the offense stays out there as still have the full 4th quarter. But now you're down 2 scores. Your offense is struggling a little bit. You need to take advantage of everything you can. But you turn it over here and Northwest scores again, that could be game. But it looks like they are going to let this clock run out. That'll do it here in the 3rd quarter. Northwest 20, Urbandale 7. We'll take another break and be back here with the start of the 4th quarter on CISN.
Used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Mornings, they can be hectic.
Let's go!
So can your car, so to get a free pickup, drop-off, or delivery, head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
The light show going on here at Northwest Stadium. The Wolves with a 20-7 lead. They are 12 minutes away from back-to-back playoff appearances to open up their school's history. Last year it was a win against Urbandale on the road that helped propel them in, and now they are on the verge of doing it again. 4th and 9, the punt team will come out. Northwest an opportunity with getting the ball back to take a good amount of time off the clock. Snap is good, and the punt is away. It's going to go off the side of the foot a little bit. Northwest will get away from it. It's going to take a nice Urbandale bounce, and it'll be down right around the 24-yard line is where this drive will start.
Down by the Jayhawks. Northwest takes over 1st and 10.
So Wolves get 1st and 10. 12 seconds come off the clock in the 4th quarter, and this is now the Wolves game to lose. Up by 2 touchdowns, 20-7. thanks to a Grisham 25-yard touchdown run and back-to-back Jack Gearhart field goals in the last 2 drives. Pistol formation opened this one up. Handed off to number 28, Brady Grisham. Grisham picks up about 3 yards on first down.
Brady Grisham, the ball carrier.
Koenig will come off the field as Carter comes back into the game. Scheifus will line up here on the near side of the field. No one covering him. If they had picked up on that sooner, they would have had an opportunity for a big play, as there was no one within 10 yards of him. But at the last second, Towers able to come out and guard him. And now Johnson running to the near side of the field. He's going to get a good carry, as it'll be enough to move the chains, get 7 to move the sticks once again.
Down by Oliver Towers. Assisted by Gabe Carver.
Carver on the stop for Urbandale. Wolves just 1 3-and-out here today, as the offense has been in full gear. Outside of the 3 turnovers, this has been a very well-played game for them. As a lot of the time throughout this season, we've seen them put 1 or 2 good drives together, then all of a sudden it'll be 4 straight 3-and-outs. That's not the case here tonight. Grisham, shimmy shake and bounces it back to the outside, dives forward, and he's got another first. Give him about 12. Now at 11, up to the 45, but there is a flag on the play. And there's going to be a penalty, a unnecessary roughness. So we'll see what part of the play it took. It was scheduled to be 1st and 10 at about the 43. And it's going to be a personal foul called against Northwest, so they'll be backed up 15. Negates the nice run for Grisham. Waiting to see where it's going to be marked off from to determine distance. As they'll only lose a couple of yards as it took place downfield. Luckily for Northwest, it only goes as actually, I don't think there was any loss of yardage actually on the play. It's almost like the last play just didn't happen. Because of where it took place downfield. And even the refs are confused. I'm confused, you're confused, everyone's confused on this one. As it stands right now, it should be 1st down at the very least for Northwest. Because it negated the run, so it is 1st down. They'll leave the ball, I believe, where it's at, because I think the personal foul took place right around where Grisham dove forward, which was around 14, 15 yards downfield. So as it stands, basically just pretend like the last play didn't happen, as the run does not count for Grisham's stat total. This time it'll be go to Grisham again. He's going to bounce it to the other side. He won't get quite the same result as before, but he'll still get a nice run. Here, give him 7 on first. Garwood picks up another tackle. Cole Garwood, a senior this year, has had an amazing season for the Jayhawks. Number 1 in the state in total tackles as well as sacks. Also making appearances in the punting game and at running back with a rushing touchdown this year as well. Another handoff to Grisham. This one goes for about 2. He'll come up just short of the 1st down. Mark him down at the 43. Need to get to the 44 to move the chains.
Tackle on that play by Ben Booth and Gabe Carver.
Carver on the stop for Urbandale. Jumbo unit back in. Johnson under center. They'll push it right forward, and he'll have the first. Picks up 3 and only needed 1.
Tackled by number 70, Jack Hurd. Result of the play, Northwest Wolves, first down.
So Cole Garwood, a senior this year, has had some recruiting interest from both Northern Iowa and St. Thomas. As right now, not sure exactly where he will end up, but he was going to make some college coach happy with the versatility and ability he has on the field. Pistol formation here. Another handoff for Grisham. Bounces off the first couple of defenders and picks up 4 on the carry.
Cole Garwood makes another tackle for the Jayhawks.
Looks like Garwood at this point offers from both UNI and St. Thomas, like I mentioned, as well as from Air Force. Air Force was hard recruiting after Ben Ryland, the former Northwest Wolf defensive lineman. It'll be 2nd and 5 here on the field. Under 9 minutes left in the ball game, as Northwest continuing to just kind of plug and chug downfield. As Grisham saw the pressure, bounces to the other side. 45 and driven out at the 41. Another 9 yards. And another first down for Northwest. Another big run for Grisham, as the senior has had an absolutely fantastic night here today. Had to hop the bench as well to make sure he didn't get toppled over, and he's immediately right back on the field. Over the century mark here today. Not ready to see his Wolves career come to an end quite yet. 8:26 remaining, and he'll go right up the middle again. Gets met by 5 defenders before he's eventually knocked down. Some score updates: Cedar Falls and Dubuque Senior tied at 7 apiece in the third quarter. The Waukee and Valley games, 2 ones to keep an eye on here tonight. Dowling still controlling that one against Waukee, and Valley up big on Roosevelt as well. Urbandale hoping to mount a comeback here and hoping for some magic around the CIML to possibly get them into the playoffs. But Northwest winning, they're in, and they've got their eyes set on the playoffs once again this season. Another handoff to Grisham. Gets dragged backwards, and no gain on the play, as the defense is keyed in on him the last 2 carries. So 3rd and long coming up. At the very least, Northwest should be able to take this clock under 7 minutes remaining.
Short game.
And we'll see what their plan will be. Is, you know, with the way their defense has been playing, this would be an opportunity, if you don't get the first, to pin your opponent deep. And it's crazy to think that Sam Johnson might have had the best punt of the season when he had one that down inside the 1. Johnson sending Scheifus in motion. Scheifus has had a couple of big catches on 3rd downs today. That's where he's going again. Scheifus downfield, and it is going to be picked off. It's as good as a punt, honestly. 5th interception of the season thrown by Sam Johnson, but not a big one in this case, as it is picked off at around the 12-yard line. And Northwest drive will come to an end, but they got that ball at the start of the 4th quarter and took 5 minutes off the clock. And really, not necessarily as good of a score, but not a bad option for all things considered. Snap high, delivered over to Kai Black, and it is dropped, as the throw was a little low from Carper.
It was intended for Kai Black. It will be 2nd and 10. Harry Lynan was defending in the play for the Wolves.
Carper in the shotgun this time. Going to set up the wide receiver screen. They thought for a second it might have been a double pass. Instead, it's going to be a big loss. It was completed out to Caden Arndt, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield. Loss of about 6 or 7 on the play. And the clock continues to run. That's the big thing, is there's just no life to the offense. Outside of that one big play by Kai Black to Arndt, this offense has just looked listless out there for most of the game. 3rd and 15 now after the loss of 5. Carper going to roll out under pressure, delivers it, and almost picked off by Leinen. Kind of overran it a little bit, spun off his hands. As if he'd been able to come with that cleanly, he probably had a pick six. But at the very least, it's going to send up 4th and long, and this punt will come from the end zone. Good pressure up front by this Northwest defense, and Leinen, I think, just kind of over-pursued a little bit, like I mentioned. Clunder will go back to the Urbandale 43-yard line. Garwood out to punt again.
Garwood in punt formation. Clunder deep to receive.
It's a big punt here from Garwood. Clunder's going to let it bounce, and he's going to get away from this one for a second, then picks it up. And he'll pick up about 4 or 5 yards. Didn't want it to roll anymore. And Northwest will take over with 1 second before the halfway point of the 4th. Another long drive from Northwest should be enough to put this game away. As Urbandale goes 3 and out again. And actually lost yards on that drive. Northwest, I expect we're going to see a heavy dose of Johnson and Grisham on this possession as they look to chew more clock and maybe put up another field goal to push this one to 3 possessions. Johnson struggled with the snap for a second, able to get it off to Grisham, and another tackle by Cole Garwood.
Cole Garwood, number 8, makes another tackle for the Jayhawks.
We got to wonder if Urbandale at some point looks to start taking their timeouts as well, trying to save some clock. Brady Grisham, around 150 total yards today, over 100 on the ground, had 43 receiving yards in the first half. What a game here on senior night. What will likely be his final home game here as a Northwest Wolf. Excited to see him on the basketball court as well coming up soon. The Wolves coming off a state tournament appearance in their first year. Bring back almost their entire starting lineup from last year. Gresham will dive forward, picks up another yard.
Picked up by Ben Booth.
And I really think at this point, Northwest is just trying to chew clock.
Malachi Imsarovic in there as well.
Everyone and their mother in the stands knows where that ball's going.
3rd and 9 for the Wolves.
Grisham has been pretty sure-handed on the season, only a couple of fumbles. We saw one earlier in the year. But he has just been a workhorse back for this team all season. Coming into today's game, leading the team with 670 yards. He might push it over 800 on the year before tonight's quite done. Johnson's going to roll this one outside, the entire defense out there. And he's only going to pick up maybe another yard. And the clock will continue to roll. That'll bring up 4th down. Philpott should come out to punt this one away. Only the second 3 and out for Northwest on this game. And here comes the punt unit. I think one of the problems for Northwest at times, it just takes so long for the sideline to make a decision on whether or not they're going to bring special teams out. So Philpott out. I think this might be only his 2nd or 3rd punt of the evening. Gets this one away cleanly. A nice high punt. And one of the few times this season that we've seen it take an opponent bounce on a punt for the senior. But it'll be down right around the 36-yard line. And Urbandale, it is do or die for them to try and keep their season alive.
Luis Benitez over on the visitors.
1st and 10 from their own 36.
One of the police officers who are nearby.
Ben Booth will come in at quarterback.
Luis Benitez, please find a police officer to reconnect with your family. Luis Benitez, please look for a police officer over on the visitors side.
Trips out on the right side. One receiver here on the near side. Booth in at quarterback. Play action, and he's going to try and jump forward. Ball came out, but I think he was down beforehand.
Ball is marked down. That's Ben Booth on the carry. Tackle by Adam Gardner.
So I bring him 2nd and 10. And it's very interesting to see them continue to try and go to the run. Like, I would be force-feeding the ball over to Kai Black. Let him get 5 yards out, run an out route. And they're going to go deep on this play, looking for Black, and tipped away at the last second. Good defense out there by Logan Stotts. Should have been an offensive pass interference as well, as Black was pushing the defender away. And I don't like, you're continuing to go deep with inexperienced quarterbacks. If you're looking to do that, you should have been doing that throughout more of the game. Now with 3 minutes left, you should be trying to put a good drive together to get back within one score. Still 3 timeouts for you as well. And that'll make it 2, as Urbandale is going to call a timeout to try and decide what they want to do here. We'll take a short break with them and be right back.
Love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and you've probably noticed there's shortages on most everything in the market today. Well, Heat and Glow has helped us out this year, and they are focusing their energy on their gas fireplace inserts. So if you've got a drafty old wood-burning fireplace and you want to get it retrofitted into a beautiful, high-efficient gas fireplace, come see us. We will have product to sell you.
Heat and Glow gas fireplace insert from Fireplace Superstore. 109th and Douglas at Urbandale, just west of Homeacres.
3rd and 10 for Northwest defensively as they try to get one more stop to try and put this game away. Booth back in at quarterback out of the timeout. 4 receivers on the field, 3 on the far side. Booth trying to run this one up the middle. Defense trying to contain him, and he's going to go down right around the 43. Will be about 3 or 4 yards short of the first, and it'll bring up 4th down. I would expect this offense to stay out there as they try to keep this game alive. 2:45 left in the game, 4th and 3.
3 yards to go for the Jayhawks.
Direct snap to Garwood this time, I believe.
Ben Booth takes the snap.
And actually does go to Booth. It is enough for the first. It looks like there might be a penalty on here, and it is going to go against Urbandale. And illegal shift going to be against Urbandale, it appears. 2:31 left on the clock. And it's another penalty that's going to cost him a first. We've seen that twice now on 4th down and short, where they were able to pick up enough yards, but an illegal shift or someone just not setting themselves has cost them the down and distance. And now Black will come in at quarterback. You can tell this team has really missed Peyton Rottinghouse here tonight. Play action pass. Black looking deep, delivers a good ball, but over the head of the intended receiver, number 34, Maxwell Hartzell, and that will be a turnover on downs. Northwest will take over at the opposing 38-yard line. So the drive only goes about 2 yards when it's all said and done after the penalty. And with 2:11 left and only 2 timeouts for Urbandale, 1 first down should be enough to possibly do this game in. Montgomery will come out on the field for an extra blocker. And I think they're just going to roll with this heavy unit. This team has not been able to win at the point of attack as Urbandale. As Northwest, even on these short distance plays like this, they have been able to really just push it forward. And they do it again here. Grisham breaks through. He's going to have the first. Picks up another 14 yards on the ground. As Urbandale players slow to get up here on the middle of the field. Both teams will go back to their respective sidelines, and we'll take a break as well.
We are
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors, and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
The clock is running, 1:40 left in tonight's contest. Northwest in victory formation. It was win and you're in for the Wolves. Urbandale not even going to call their last 2 timeouts, I don't think. And I'm actually even surprised they're handing it off, but Grisham going to bounce it outside anyway. And he'll get pushed out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 8. Give him another 14 yards. So just for good measure, picks up another 28 yards on the ground. That'll put him over 800 on the season. And now victory formation for the Wolves. When your team's on the right end of it, it is going to be the best formation in football. Your player of the game tonight, Brady Grisham. Over 130 yards on the ground, over 40 yards receiving. What a game for the senior running back in his final home game here at Northwest High School. The Wolves will move to 5-4, and they will await to see who they will play in the playoffs. As they sit number 12 in RPI, they will have an opportunity to see their season continue. As Johnson takes what I believe should be the final snap. As it looks like there's about a half-second difference between the play and game clock. I wouldn't think they'd make him run another play. And Northwest is going to capture the victory here tonight. Your final score, 20-7. A scoreless first quarter that Northwest had 2 fumbles on 2 big drives. Did not come back to haunt them. They scored on the 4th play of the second quarter on a Johnson 1-yard touchdown. Urbandale responded back with a Kai Black to Caden Arndt 65-yard touchdown play. We were scoreless the rest of the second quarter. Northwest and Urbandale responded with back-to-back fumbles to open up the third before Brady Grisham had a 25-yard touchdown run, which ended up being the game winner, making 14-7. Just for added measure, Jack Gearhart, 2 late third quarter field goals to make it 20-7, and Northwest really just ran the clock down here in the fourth quarter as Brady Grisham, 161 yards, 200 total yards with 43 in the air, 161 on the ground, 204 total, and a touchdown. Johnson over 151 yards in the air, 86 on the ground as well. Cooper Scheifus with a big game as he finishes with 88 receiving yards, a new season high for him. Northwest captures the win 20-7, finishes the regular season 5-4, and will advance to the 5A state playoffs. Urbandale finishes the year 5-4 as well. Their season comes to an end, needed the win to keep their season going, but a great year for them. Cole Garwood, an amazing season this year, comes to an end as a senior, as led the state of Iowa in tackles, was tied for the lead in sacks entering tonight, and finished it up with another great performance. Quarterback issues were the problem here tonight. No Peyton Rottinghouse was a big problem for Urbandale. Quarterback by committee couldn't get it done, and Northwest captures it and will be headed to the playoffs next week, waiting to see who they will play in the first round. I'm Tyler French, signing off from CISN. We've been so happy to carry Northwest here at Northwest Stadium this season. We will see you guys here shortly.